Alrighty guys, today I'm going to show you how I've been setting up my little crucibles and other clips that I make on YouTube and TikTok. It's fairly simple. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about just in case you're not aware. So
Will
like
it
this guy
survive?
here, will it survive? Just an easy setup for the gauntlet. I'll show you how to make the road and have all these cars driving like they're driving. Let's get over to it. So to start off, what I'd recommend is go ahead and for now put your display mode into windowed. It will help out with the track editor once you're in the place you need to be. So as far as map, it doesn't matter. It can be any map. There's no prerequisite. So we'll just do Utah. We'll start the West Highway. And we'll wait to get loaded in. And what you're going to do once you load in, so obviously we're in this car. So you just hit F8, take your free cam. And at this point, kind of pick where you want it to be. So say you want it to be over this little area. So put like right here. Pause the game. Go to vehicle. Spawn in whatever. So spawn in your little bug guy. Hit C. So now you're in that vehicle. And then you're going to go to your menu. And you're going to go track builder. What we're going to do is start track builder here. So it will do this sometimes to where it will just throw the truck and the stuff up here. It's not a big deal. What you can do is actually lower the track by switching up what you're selecting. And then you just go down. Say you want it to be like that. And then you can actually do this. Now, what you're going to want to do is adjust the width of it. You want to make it just wide enough for a car to go down. And kind of play around with it and see what you like. Once you got that set up, and just make it as ever long as you want it. Say that's the length you want it to be, or even longer if you want it to have the shot over the river. Now, once you get to that point, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to obstacles, and then you're going to spawn that little cube guy there. And now you can scale it. What you want to do is basically build a wall here. Doesn't need to be super thick, just needs to be a wall to stop the vehicles coming. And then add one more segment here. And now at this point you are done with track builder, so you can go back to your menu, turn it off. Now what you want to do is go right here, go to vehicles, spawn in any vehicle, doesn't matter. See how she's floating there, it's not a big deal. Now you can go to F11, this will load world editor. You can click this guy, you can bring it down and kind of just look, see where it's not going to phase out. And now you can also go back over here where you got this truck just hovering. You can grab it, bring it down, and bring it forward so it's not phased into that guy. And just make sure its tires aren't glitched out. And this guy, you're going to want to make sure he's good so he's not stuck. Now you just hit F11 again. And at this point, what you can do, now see how the contour of this entire track is pretty slopey slope. It may affect the AI, may not. We'll see. It really depends. Sometimes you may want to make it flatter. Not a huge deal. Now you're just going to spawn a couple vehicles. For this case, we're not going to spawn too many just for testing purposes. Now you got these guys. Now what you want to do is you want to go to where you want the hammers to be. So you want a hammer right here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Go to vehicles, scroll down to your resources. You'll find the sledgehammer, which is a mod source. So you just go to the repository and find sledgehammer. Spawn new. It's going to spawn the hammer like that, but don't worry. Go back to F11 for world editor. And now what you're going to want to do is adjust it. Adjust the height. You want to make sure it's not going to hit, but you want to make sure it's going to hit a vehicle that's going through it. So that shouldn't hit, which the bottom may a little, so we'll just bring her up just a tad, a little smidgen. Now what you can do, since you have that, you can hit Control C, copy it, Control V. Now what it has done, oh, go back to this, is you now have a secondary sledgehammer that you can then bring over. And you can do this as many times as you want. So just Control V, throws another one in there. And there's another one. And then you'll just do the same thing. You click a little car icon. Just adjust it to how you like. You can always tweak with it and play with it and test it out, get your settings right. But it's super easy, super quick. Now, done with that, you hit F11, pull out of that. Now what you're going to want to do is just tab through. Then you can also unpause at this point because none of the vehicles have AI going on. Tab through, so now you have tabbed into a sledgehammer, so now you can hit page up or down to spin it. So do page up, make sure she clears, hit tab again, page down to make it spin the opposite way, make sure it clears, then tab again, page up, make it spin that way, make sure it clears. You can also do this to get the hammers sped up before you even start it. Once they are going, you just repause, and now what you want to do is hit C, and then you're going to tab through your vehicles till you get to this guy. Now this guy, you're going to open a menu, go to AI, go chase me. Now hit F8 again, go back to free cam, and at this point, this is where you can set up your little shot. Whether you want it from this angle or if you want to be looking this way, it's all up to you. So at this point, you just hold up for your shot. You can also, in your options, go back to full screen if you prefer. And then now that you're in full screen, you can just unpause it and watch as the chaos unfolds. As long as the AI don't ramp themselves off the track, which does happen. That guy made it. That guy didn't make it. Oh, he didn't make it either. And the little bug that can, it made it. So all that happens is the AI, it's chasing this car that doesn't move. So they're going to run down here and they're going to slam into this wall and they're going to stop. That's all that happens. And you can just keep reusing this. And then your crash cars just go down there in the river, back to where they belong. And that's all it is to it. Now, as far as my Will It Survive the Jump ones, all that is I have a couple maps for that. The one I like the most is this Car Jump Arena. You can just hop on the repository and find it, or you can go onto the Beam mod site and find it. And it's just the main ramp default, super simple. And you can do it the same way. Once it loads in, you can have one or two or three cars up at the top of the ramp. So you go to F8, and then you're going to go over here to the front, spawn in, say this guy. Now you got two cars here. Now what you're going to do is go ahead and pause this, because once you generate this car down here and tell it to follow, they're going to take off. So at this point, once you put the car, which there's a little arena down here for like winners, for like the end of your clips, what you want to put here. But you can also do this for the beginning half. Spawn in your little car there. Go to AI in your menu, chase me, F8 again. And now it's really up to you where you want to post up as far as your camera angle. So you can post up here and then just click play. And the cars up top will start ramping up, coming down here to chase this car at the bottom. They're going to go full tilt, so they may not even make it off the initial jump. A lot of cars, their weight and balance aren't great. So that initial jump, they'll immediately flip and then they'll just slide. But we'll see. I'm going to guesstimate they didn't make it. Yeah, I can hear them. They did, in fact, not make it. It's mainly because this initial little lump here. But if you load in a bunch of cars, tell them to go, there will be a few that makes it. But that is about it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or any questions or any suggestions, feel free to leave them. Appreciate you for sticking around. And I'm always here to chat if you need any help. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.